Hey guys, do you ever get pain on the inside of your shin right here? Up along, kind of like where your calf is, not on the outside, but on the inside of your lower leg. So most commonly, a muscle that can get really, really tight and cause some dysfunction is called the posterior tibialis tendon or muscle. And what that muscle's job is to do is try to help support the medial arch of the foot. So I'm gonna go through two exercises that I really like, one for strengthening and then one for mobility to help improve with that muscle, okay? So the first one I'm gonna show you is a good stretch. So what the action of that muscle, of the posterior tibialis, is inversion and plantar flexion, which means when you point, which is plantar flexion, and inversion, which is when you bring the toe in. So how we're gonna stretch it is you wanna go the opposite way. So I'm just gonna use this little yoga belt here to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna put that around the foot. There's all these knots in there. So again, so this is the movement that the posterior tibialis muscle does. So what we wanna do is do the opposite. I'm just gonna see, there, now you guys can see me. So for example, we're gonna bring it into dorsiflexion, which means when we pull the foot up, and then eversion, which means when we go out to the side, okay? So we could even, I'm gonna keep my hands extended here. I'm gonna go in and out as a dynamic stretch. So at this point, I'm gonna pull more from my outer arm and then ease off on the inside arm. Pull from the outside arm to inner. There we go. So right now, and I'm gonna hold it as a static stretch. I'm gonna give that rope to the other hand. I'm gonna pull me into eversion and dorsiflexion. So right now, it's gonna be stretching the inside of my leg. But my other favorite stretch, I lied, I guess I'm gonna give you guys three things, is a dynamic one and in standing. So this is kind of the easier version. This is gonna be the harder version. So you guys will probably only be able to see my legs here. So now I'm with my feet on the mat. We want to get this leg into dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion looks like this when you're standing, okay, of this leg. And then eversion, okay? So basically I'm gonna put this side all on stretch. So what I'm gonna do is keep my heel planted, and I'm gonna take my other leg, I'm gonna cross over. I'll show you a better image here. Plant this foot, this leg, cross over, okay? So now I'm dorsiflexing and I'm forcing myself into eversion, okay? So I take a step, like that, crossing over. Take a step back, take a step forward. So you should be going as far forward as you need to be feeling that pull right through that inside of your lower leg. Good. So now, last but not least, is the strengthening component. So a really, really good way to strengthen it is when you do calf raises, I want you to put a ball or a lacrosse ball or tennis ball in between your heels. So it's gonna look like this. Typically, I want you guys to do this when you have your fingertips on a wall, but for the video purposes, I'm just gonna show you like this. So if you can see, there's that ball in between my heels, okay? And then I'm going to, as I raise up, squeeze that ball and slowly lower. So I'm going to show you again. Raising up, woo, don't lose your balance. This is why you need the wall. And then you're going to try to slowly lower. My heels are pressing into that tennis ball. Slow lower. So you could do 3 sets of 10 and then work your way up. Try to get up to 4 sets of 10 and then 4 of 15. 2 sets a day would be what I would recommend to start. But yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the posterior tibialis strengthening and mobility. Let me know if you have any other questions.